旅客次次可以用上冇方便嘅地方，如果係有地方請知道你機場電話嘅號碼，多謝合作。Attention please, passengers arriving on the wrong station. Please back down the connecting room. Please report any finding of unattended baggage to nearby hotel or security staff. Thank you. 请注意，旅客即将进入返程，不良购买的行李被移送，我方系统系统更换，请依旧遵守配合规划安排，谢谢合作。
Please two， 请注意搭乘国泰航空 CX838号班机前往温。
Japan Airlines Flight 26 to York style 202 to Tokyo Airport. Boarding will be conducted in 5 different stages according to the route number printed on your boarding pass.
西日本航空のお客様、JALの乗務員など、他海外のお客様はおおよそ搭乗口をご乗車ください。
We will now like to
Okay, this last plane. Estamos en la presa Tamara.
next morning.